Hello, everybody. I'm John.
And I'm Claire.
And today we are talking about an article called Tables Turned. And although that might be in reference to an idiom, talking about a situation that flips, the thing flipping was an actual table in this one. Yes. Although it wasn't flipped completely over, it was turned over, and at least many drinks were spilled and things were broken. But let's go ahead and get those details a little bit later when we read the article. Have you ever gotten into an argument at a restaurant?
Yes. But
The sheepish reply.
yes. But I have to be honest, the argument was very controlled. It was the kind of argument where we were aware we were in public and desperate to try and have an argument, but really quietly so as to not cause a scene. It was the sort of muttered, under the breath, half-spoken.
I told you that you.
And we immediately exited the restaurant to enjoy our argument to its fullest and most open extent.
Yeah.
Outside the restaurant.
Yeah, you had to take it outside.
We had to take it outside.
I actually witnessed one not too long ago, very controlled, like you said. We were at the restaurant and saw, I don't know if they were a couple or not, but they were very tense with each other. And then another person walked up and it was like the whole body language where they were like very aggressively putting the hand on the table, getting close and speaking hushed but forceful tones. And I was like, there's some tea happening right now. We got to watch this. So we're going to very discreetly, and by discreetly, I mean take our drinks and stare as they argue and see what happened. They also took it outside, although when we did peek out to see what was happening, they just split up and went their own ways.
I see.
It was a little bit underwhelming of a finish.
I see.
Exactly.
Well, if you're going to argue in public, I think that's how you should do it, yes, not to bother people. Obviously, people are going to notice, but it's not distressing, it's not violent, it's not aggressive. Well, it is subtly aggressive.
Subtly
Aren't all arguments?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, yes.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Been there, done that. Do you lose your temper easily? Easily have some rows?
No. It takes a lot, but when I go, I really go. Yeah. So I'm that sort of person that will just hold it in and hold it in and hold it in until it's boiled up to such aggressive passion that I'm just like, But I will wait for an appropriate place to argue. I will not shame people in public or embarrass people in public.
Appropriate place to beat them up in the corner of the
I will not
alley.
beat them up. I will not.
With your words.
With my words, maybe, if necessary.
Yeah.
But it's a rare occasion, but it's not fun when it goes.
Yeah. Well, watch out, everybody. Don't make her mad. Better study the vocabulary and read the article well. Yeah.
You study students. Everyone wonders why all my students are so good at English. This is why.
This is why. Yeah.
What about you, John? Do you lose your temper easily?
No. I think if I do lose the temper, I have the habit of the silent rage where I'm like, when I'm actually yelling or something, or if I'm like raising my voice, I'm not actually mad yet. I'm just like being more forceful. When I get mad, it's it because I stop speaking and my face turns stone. Just a stone statue of just a face with no emotion. And that's because on the inside, I'm like, I need to control myself and not make a scene.
Hold it in.
And like
about to explode.
Yeah, and like I don't want to make this into a scene or anything because I'm very sensitive to social situations in this case. But even at home, I've never wanted to yell too much. It's just that silent rage, and then try to figure it out myself.
Yeah, I think I'm aware of the fact that if I am angry, I'll probably say things I don't really mean just to hurt the other person, and that's really not a good idea. So I'm desperately trying to withhold my comments until the rage has subsided, and then I can speak a bit more rationally.
Yeah, exactly.
Which isn't always possible, but I do try.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's go ahead and take a look at this article, maybe read the summary, and to figure out how the story that we're going to be reading is very different than what we have just talked about. Maybe there was a bit more physical activity done.
Tables turned. A restaurant owner complained and posted pictures online after a drunken couple had a loud argument and even turned over their table, leaving a huge mess. One of them apologized, offered to pay for any damage, and left his contact information. But the owner was still upset. He called the police, but there wasn't much they could do. Even if it wasn't a crime, the owner felt that it was extremely rude and selfish behavior. Most people who have posted comments about the incident agree.